Let's rock, baby.
Welcome back to the channel Gamers. Today, we're diving into the game that redefined action-adventure back in 2001, Devil May Cry. The original, the one that started it all. Grab your ebony and ivory, because this is going to be a wild ride. Before we jump into the gameplay, let's talk history. Devil May Cry was developed by Capcom and directed by the legendary Hideki Kamiya. Fun fact: it originally started as a concept for Resident Evil 4 before evolving into its own beast. Released for the PlayStation 2, it's considered one of the pioneers of the hack-and-slash genre. So, how does it hold up after all these years? Let's find out. Let's start with the protagonist, Dante. Dante made his debut in 2001, and right from the start, he exuded charisma. The opening scene where Trish crashes into his shop, pure cinematic gold. Dante is the son of Sparta, a legendary demon who fought to protect the human world. With his devilish powers and human resolve, Dante is the perfect blend of cocky hero and tragic figure. What sets Dante apart from so many other protagonists is his larger-than-life personality. He's got wit, swagger, and a devil-may-care attitude that's impossible to ignore. Whether it's cracking jokes during intense battles or confidently facing off against towering demons, Dante's charm is unmatched. Dante isn't just talk. He backs it up with unparalleled combat skills. Armed with his signature sword, Rebellion, and the iconic pistols Ebony and Ivory, Dante makes fighting look like a dance. And then there's the Devil Trigger. This ability lets Dante tap into his demonic heritage, increasing his speed, power, and regeneration. When that meter fills up, you know it's about to get real. Let's talk about Dante's look in Devil May Cry 1. The red trench coat, the silver hair, and that rebellious smirk. It's a design that screams style and has become iconic in the gaming world. Every detail, from his dual-wielding guns to his effortless way of holding his sword, was crafted to make him stand out. And let's not forget, this look set the tone for his evolution in later games. Dante's debut in Devil May Cry 1 wasn't just a win for Capcom. It was a milestone for gaming. He became a symbol of the hack-and-slash genre and a favorite for fans worldwide. Even decades later, Dante remains one of gaming's most celebrated characters. Whether you're a newcomer or a long-time fan, his legacy is undeniable. Alright, now that we know Dante a little bit more, let's get into the story. The story of Devil May Cry follows Dante, a demon hunter with a tragic past, who is hired by a mysterious woman named Trish. Together, they set out to stop the demon Mundus from taking over the human world. While the story isn't the game's strongest suit, it's dripping with style and charm. Dante's one-liners, the gothic atmosphere, and that sense of mystery all work together to create a memorable experience. It's campy, sure, but that's part of its charm. This is where Devil May Cry shines. The combat is fast-paced, fluid, and rewarding. Dante's arsenal includes swords, guns, and his iconic moves like juggling enemies in midair. But let's not forget the difficulty. This game does not hold your hand. Enemies hit hard. Puzzles are tricky, and boss fights? Oh! They're epic and unforgiving. Remember this guy? The Phantom? Yeah, he's responsible for a lot of broken controllers. Visually, for a 2001 release, Devil May Cry is impressive. The gothic architecture, eerie lighting, and enemy design stand out. Sure, some textures look dated now, but it still holds up pretty well. And the sound design? From the haunting background music to Dante's taunts, and the satisfying sound of your attacks connecting, it's top-notch. Devil May Cry laid the foundation for a franchise that's still beloved today. It introduced us to stylish combat, a charismatic protagonist, and a world that's both haunting and beautiful. While the camera controls and some mechanics feel clunky by modern standards, the game's core experience is timeless. If you haven't played it yet, it's worth a shot, whether for the nostalgia or to see where it all began. That's it for today's review. What are your thoughts on the original Devil May Cry? drop a comment below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more gaming content. Until next time, keep gaming.
Woke up to justice and stood up against this legion alone. His name was Sparta. Later, he quietly reigned the human world and continued to preserve harmony until his death. He became a legend, the legendary Dark Knight